look, all I'm saying is I'm gonna finally give y'all what y'all been wanting, man, what y'all been asking for. I am recording on the Meta glasses right now, so apologize if it's like a little shaky or whatever, but I'll try to stay one direction. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, after all the modifications and everything that I've done, as you guys see it, hear it, feel it, whatever it is, I've spent about $30,000 on my modifications and everything like that. So I'll go down line by line pretty much with everything, if not most of the things that I got done. Starting with the engine bay. I think the engine bay is probably the most important to some people, because if you're gonna buy a car like this, people want to know what you got under the hood. So first things first, I do have an aftermarket V3 camshaft in here right now. Obviously you can't see it, it's inside the car, but I got that done. With my intake manifold is ported. My cylinder heads are also ported as well. Obviously, again, you can't see that. And if you look all the way down here, I don't know if you can see that, I'm kind of pointing at it. That little underdrive pulley right there with the numbers is an aftermarket pulley. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit smaller than the stock one, so that gives me a little bit extra horsepower on the top end when I'm driving. But with all of that being said, what I just mentioned, all of that was $10,300. That is probably, actually it is my most expensive modification because of the parts, the labor, and all the other stuff that came with it. Because yes, that's the main things that was done, but the supporting modifications with that application, I had to get new lifters, new valve springs, a timing tensioner, pretty much like a lot of, man, plastic bag trying to sneak up on me. I already got attacked by one in the last video. But anyway, basically there's a lot of different like factors, a lot of different things that go into the cam jobs and everything like that, because you just can't throw one in there and be like, all right, call it a day. No, like it comes with, you know, obviously the stuff to support it, you know what I'm saying, tuning it, the timing, fuel air ratio, all that stuff. So all that costs a lot of money. So I got that done. With that, I obviously got the JLT intake. This is probably their most expensive intake. It's probably the biggest, probably, honestly, I don't know, but pretty much the shop that installed my cam said that this is the best intake to work with this application. And I looked it up online. This intake like $400. That's already expensive enough, or as it is. Obviously I changed it to blue. It was red, I changed it to blue in the last video. But yeah, that came with it. Yeah, moving on. So the next thing I got is the E85 E-Flex Plus fuel kit. I mentioned that in a couple videos ago. I think it's 2 videos ago. Pretty much my conversion. You have your ethanol sensor over there, and then you have your wire harness all hooked up and everything, so that way you can run E85 gas. This cost me closer to about $750 to $800. So I mean, it's, when we're talking about big modifications, when we're talking about like you know, making power and everything like that, this is actually really cheap compared to some of the bigger numbers that you might get into, as far as like, you know, long tube headers, which I have, which by the way, my long tube headers were about $1,400. And they actually, no, the long tube headers were, I spent almost $1,000 on those, and then to install them it cost me $1,400. So yeah, as far as engine work, that's pretty much what's done on the engine. It's moderately built. The bottom end, I still need to redo, like, you know, the forged pistons, the rods, and then obviously forging the crankshaft, so that way eventually I can supercharge the car, take this manifold off, intake manifold off, put a supercharger on it. But I'm obviously probably going to 426 the engine before any of that. So yeah, it takes time, it takes, you know, money, progress, you know what I'm saying? It just takes time. So we'll get to that maybe sometime down the line eventually. So that's pretty much it for like the engine. But obviously I got the Widebody kit on here from Vicrez. I did it myself. This kit cost me $1,000. It wasn't that bad. Getting it painted was about $500. So that's $1,500. And then obviously I had to buy a little bit, like little things in between, like some automotive bonder, tape and everything to make sure it was bonded to the car smoothly. I didn't cut anything. I can take this off right now and it'll be basically a narrow body, regular narrow body look again. So I saved a lot of money doing that. Obviously the Zeus decals, the wraps for each side, they're reflective. That cost me $1,000. That's not too bad considering how fast they did it, and they did it down to the exact detail, exactly how I want it. So that wasn't too bad at all. Obviously the hood is aftermarket. I got this from eBay. This is a Red Eye Hellcat hood. This hood cost me $800 actually, $700 to $800. It is wrapped gloss black. The wrap itself was only like, I think about 100 something bucks, and then I paid like 150 to get it like wrapped. Funny enough, I can't even wrap my own hood, but I can wrap my own damn brake calipers. But these weren't expensive at all. I wrapped those myself a couple days ago. It wasn't bad. It's too easy. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. So I'm not going to get into the tires, because tires is something that you're just going to have to spend money on regardless, especially if you slide in. But if you just want to like keep tires on the car and obviously keep it going, like, you're gonna have to buy tires regardless. So getting into how much I'm spending on tires is kind of pointless. It's not really like that's a recurring modification. That's not like a permanent, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. But I will get into my tire setup. I'm running 275s up front and I'm running 315s in the back. I'm on a 20x9 wheel on the front, and I'm on a 20x11 in the back. 275 40-20s up front and 315 35 ZR20s on the back. So I am running spacers, and that's just because I didn't know too much about offset when I was buying the wheels. So I got the spacers pretty much to match how I wanted the body, like the wide body look, to kind of like come out a little bit. So as you can see, the wheels in the front are a little tucked in, but it's not too bad. And then the wheels in the back obviously come out and they're lined up pretty much perfectly with the fender. It also has like a little bit of a camber look to it too, so that's what I like. I really like that. The diffuser on the back is actually a stock diffuser. These fins I actually got from Amazon like years ago. So when you buy them from Amazon, they pretty much just come with just the fins itself. You got to take the diffuser off and you got to just drill into it and then basically put the little screws and the pieces on the fins. It's really, really simple. But yeah, that cost me like no more than like 90 bucks, to be honest with you. That was a cheap modification, but it looks good because people ask me all the time, they're like, oh, where you get the diffuser from? Because instead of the normal ones that's like more like flat, I guess, the fins actually come out, and it looks more like, I don't know, it just looks sharper like that. I don't know, I like this look a little bit better. It came with extra fins, so instead of throwing those away or just having them lying around, I put them on the side right here, and then these ones I just kind of like bonded down to the side to give it more of a aggressive, like a little look on the outside. So yeah, these little vents right here, little vent covers, I put these on probably like last month. Got those from Amazon real cheap, like 20 bucks. You will see that like a lot of the modifications or like little cosmetic things that I have, they're not expensive, but it's all of it all together that comes together to basically give the car the whole look, if that makes sense. People ask me about this all the time. What this was originally is I had a lightning little decal on here, and they wrapped the gas door over it, and it gave it that little look. So if y'all didn't know, man, my Charger is an EV, man. This takes electricity. No, I'm just playing. But the wicker bill was probably one of the first or second modifications I actually did. Got this from Amazon too. This was 90 bucks. This is I think it's the V2 Venom, V2 or V3, something like that. V2 Venom wicker bill from Amazon. A lot of people love this because it comes with these little slits right here. I didn't even notice it really until somebody pointed it out. And then the little plastic film that goes over it kind of dips down a little bit for like more of a aggressive appeal. I like the one that kind of goes more over, and that's like more full. But to each their own, man. A lot of people just like what they like, so it is what it is. This vinyl right here, this is real cheap. This is probably no more than like 50 bucks. Custom made, obviously I put my name on there. And then when I light it up, obviously you can see that it reads King Zeus. And then I got another kit on here that kind of like I grouped, that kind of looped it together a little bit to give these more of like a little sharper edge, pretty much. So there's like two different like tail light kits on here. The stripes cost me 750 bucks. The pinstriping on them cost me an extra 50 bucks for a total of $800. That was my most expensive mod for quite some time, but I mean, nah, obviously it's not, but it stuck with the car. It kind of like gave me more of my classic look that everyone's used to. So I've decided to keep it for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna change it. I might change it to, might keep it, or like change it completely to where I got like the back all black, and then like that little license plate part, make that black too. But I don't know, trying to be somewhat different from everybody, but I mean, it is what it is. The stripes have come so far, I probably won't even change them. So if anything, I'll just redo them because they're getting a little old. So, but yeah, the exhaust tips are from Carbon. I bought those through American Muscle. Those were about $250-ish, I believe. I do have an extra set, Vicrez, so I can swap back and forth between the exhaust tips whenever some of them start getting like a little old and dingy or whatnot. These badges I got from Etsy. These were like maybe no more than $40-$50. A lot of people get like the regular Scatpack B head, but I wanted the one with the horns, obviously, because I mean, my shit not regular. I mean, my car is not regular at all. Like, my Scat has the potential to pretty much be a demon. So I'm gonna just put that out there. And yeah, I mean, as far as major modifications go, that's pretty much it. Like, obviously I got the oil catch can, y'all see that. the oil catch can is not something that's like, I don't really think I need to really get into. Obviously it's designed to just catch oil from going inside your air filter, inside your cold air intake, messing up your intake system. But other than that, like all the other small cosmetic stuff that you see, like the headlights, this is from Light and Trends. These cost me, the kit itself was about $600, and then I paid someone $800 to install it. The headlights I got from Facebook Marketplace, funny enough, and the guy only charged me $100 a piece, so I only paid $200 for these headlights. But these are my third pair of headlights. So the first ones I had on before, they started acting up. So I've gone through some headlights, but so far these ones, knock on wood, have been treating me really well. Hopefully they stay like that. I also do have the fog lights connected to them as well. And then this SRT badge I got from TikTok shop. Shout out 392.Eli. He hooked me up with the link to get these. This was like $150. And then Belsky Motorsport, he installed this for me. Pretty much spent $150 to install it. So $300 total for the badge, and badge that be installed and wired up and everything with the headlights. So nice little, you know, aesthetic cosmetic modification. These canards, these big ones down here at the bottom, cost me, I ain't gonna lie, these was like $300. And I was kind of nervous about putting them on because I'm like, dang, I gotta drill into the bumper. But honestly, it was like, either just let $300 go to waste, or do I actually just go ahead and just attempt to put them on one night, and the rest was history. So they are solid, they are on there, they're drilled in, they're not going anywhere. And then the ones at the top I got from Amazon. You could probably see that I kind of just glued those on, but I'll clean that up eventually and then actually just drill those in so it looks a little bit better. Or I might just buy new ones so that way they kind of match the look of the ones on the bottom. But we'll see, I haven't really decided yet. The splitter down at the bottom, I got that from Amazon. That was about $100. With the splitter rods only cost me about $20. Really, really cheap. And yeah, most things that you see on the outside of the car, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's cheap. But it's because I either do it myself, or I just take my time with how I want it to look, is why it kind of comes together the way it does. These little SRT little caps right here, what's his name, Rubik's from I know he ride around sometimes with Knockout 360 in them, from North Carolina, I guess. I think he's in North Carolina, but I saw a link that he had on his Instagram and his YouTube, and I bought these. I don't really remember where I got these from, but yeah, these pretty much glow in the dark. Whenever you're driving, it'll stay floating just like this, and it'll just glow whatever you have. They come with like a Dodge symbol, they come with a 392 version, and then obviously I got the SRT in blue, obviously because it fits the theme. Going back to the Widebody kit, if y'all can tell, this is not obviously an OEM Widebody. I kept my rear factory bumper and my front factory bumper. The only thing I got from the Widebody kit, which is why it was only $1,000, is the flares and the Widebody rocker panels that come down to obviously connect the flares to make it look as though it actually comes as one. Because some people will just buy the flares, slap them on the side, and then the narrow body rocker panels are very slim, so they don't connect that bottom piece, this bottom piece of the flare right here, so it almost looks as though the flare is just floating there, and I don't like that look because it looks cheap, and it make it look like it's just kind of like slapped on there. I wanted mine to look as though it came on the car as is. It's flowing, it flows a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as major modifications. I'm pretty sure I missed some. Up under the car, obviously I have long tube headers. I'm straight piped all the way through. Flame kit cost me $600 to order, $400 or something I think to order, and then to install it, it cost me $600. So a little over $1,000 to get the flame kit installed. Which, before y'all get in my comments and now like, oh, it's a flame kit, it's not real flames. I don't care about that. I care about preserving the life of my car. Or y'all running flame tunes, y'all don't understand that over time that's just gonna mess up your manifolds. It's gonna cause damage to your engine, and then you're gonna be wondering why your engine got not working the way it needs to. So at least with the flame kit, the only damage that's gonna come from that is more than likely the exhaust, which an exhaust I can replace like today if I wanted to. So no big deal. But yeah, and then obviously, yeah, I'm on E85 right now, so this car is pushing, I gotta get it redynoed, but I'm gonna say it's probably more like around 550 wheel horsepower, which is why I say it's somewhere up there in the 600s when it comes to crank horsepower. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as modifications go. I know I said that multiple times already, but I mean, most things that you see you can probably get from Amazon. Wrap, the little trunk, the rear window spoiler right there, the 360 mount with the camera, obviously you can get all that from Amazon. But you just gotta look, you just gotta kind of like see like what you want and just find it, man. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with people to be like, oh, put the link in there, description, and oh, send me the link. But it's like, sometimes you got to ask Google what it is you're actually looking for and actually look to see if it works for your car and buy it and figure it out. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is everything that I got done on Zeus. And yeah, like I said, out the door, I spent $30,000 on modification on this car. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, why didn't you just get a Hellcat? Because, I mean, to be honest with you, like, not everybody wants a Hellcat. A lot of people like to actually build their cars. I wasn't going to build the car at first, but once I started falling in love with it, I started modifying it. The rest was history. A Hellcat you can even heavily modify, but a Hellcat is outfit with a lot of different things to where you don't really need to do too much to it to pretty much get the power that you want or the aesthetic that you want. So you're spending more money up front for the actual platform, but on the back end you don't have to spend that much money. This car cost me $50,000 when I bought it, and then obviously $30,000 on top of that with the modification. So I mean, you do the math. I think it's more reliable than any Hellcat would ever be, and that's just because the cost of maintenance on a Hellcat is significantly higher than a Scatpack. Because I mean, you already have like a supercharger, right? Supercharger pretty much goes on top. It comes with its own coolant, its own oil, and all that other stuff that if you're not replacing that, your whole engine is pretty much not going to like work the way it needs to, because it's designed to be supercharged. So like, it's probably not that bad. I could be exaggerating, but it's like there's more maintenance and more things that could go wrong owning a Hellcat than it will be a Scatpack, if you're not taking care of it, of course. I'm not saying it won't be just as reliable, but a lot of people will run that Hellcat into the ground not realizing that they supercharger is getting heat soaked, and then now you're wondering why your supercharger is not performing the way it needs to, because you just beating on it all the time and you're not installing like a like a supercharger cooler or something like that, stuff like that to kind of keep your engine running healthy. So But yeah, man, that's it. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy SRT King Zeus. I'm signing off, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.